Chapter 13 The Key. The Iraqi army had conquered the city of Khorramshahr. Their arms were modern, but where Iraq had quality, we had quantity. Compared to Iraq, Iran had a huge reservoir of potential soldiers. The number of war martyrs emphasized that difference. Can you help me style my hair? Have you seen all these casualties? How can I not see? They're doing all they can to show how many people have died. The streets are packed with nuptial chambers. According to Shiite tradition, when an unmarried man dies, a nuptial chamber is built for him. That way, the dead man can symbolically attain carnal knowledge. It was obvious that many of the fighters died virgins. Mom, don't all these dead mean anything to you? Of course they mean something to me, but we are still living. Our country has always known war and martyrs. So like my father said, when a big wave comes, lower your head and let it pass. That's very Persian, the philosophy of resignation. I agree with my mother. I too tried to think only of life. However, it wasn't always easy. At school, they lined us up twice a day to mourn the war dead. They put on funeral marches, and we had to beat our breasts. I remember my initiation. It was the first day of class after summer vacation. Welcome, girls of Iran. The war has taken the flower of our nation's youth. Then the loudspeaker started to sing. Ba, 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 ba. Hey, troops of, be ready, be ready. Let's go, children, on the heart. Whack, whack. And all together we began the session. It wasn't as bad as one might think. We'd seen it before. Hitting yourself is one of the country's rituals during certain religious ceremonies. Some people flagellated themselves brutally, sometimes even with chains. It could go very far. Sometimes it was considered a macho thing. After a little while, no one took the torture session seriously anymore. As for me, I immediately started making fun of them. The martyrs, the martyrs, kill me. Satrapy, what are you doing on the ground? I'm suffering, can't you see? Every situation offered an opportunity for laughs, like when we had to knit winter hoods for the soldiers. Stop that, or I'll call the principal. Or when we had to decorate the classroom for the anniversary of the revolution. What are these, garlands? Toilet paper? You're as worthless as your decorations. You're worthless. You hear me? Worthless. Pooh, pooh. Who said that? Who was it? Does she have the courage to stand up? If not, you'll all be punished. Well, who was it? We were completely united. You're all suspended for a week. I think that the reason we were so rebellious was that our generation had known secular schools. Obviously, they caught our parents in. Your children have no respect for anything, no self-control. The basis of education comes from the family. Stop right there. You're saying that we don't know how to educate our children? Listen, we're at war. A lot of children don't even have school these days. Yours have a rare opportunity. So you should make sure they're well behaved. Well behaved so they can hit themselves twice a day? So they can be covered from head to toe? So that they can be forbidden to play like the kids they are? Oh, anyway, that's how it is. Either they obey the law or they're expelled. And make sure they wear their veils correctly. If hair is as stimulating as you say, then you need to shave your mustache. My father actually said that. Girls had to make winter hoods for the soldiers, but boys had to prepare to become soldiers. Hi, Mrs. Nasrine, you don't look well. Mrs. Nasrine was our maid. So tell me, what's wrong? You okay? No, my child, I'm not okay. You see this? It's a plastic key painted gold. They gave this to my son at school. They told the boys that if they went to war and were lucky enough to die, this key would get them into heaven. My God. It's okay. Cry. Let yourself go. I'll make some tea. I've suffered so much. I raised my 5 kids with the water of my tears. Now they want to trade this key for my oldest son? All my life I've been faithful to the religion. If it's come to this, well, I can't believe in anything anymore. And the child? What does he say? They told him that in paradise there will be plenty of food, women, and houses made of gold and diamonds. Women? Yeah, well, he's 14 years old. That's exciting. Well, I'm off to school. Bring him here. I'll talk to him. On the way, I thought of my cousin Payman. He was also 14. When I got back from school, listen, child, those are just made up stories. What hell? What paradise? Hi! Listen instead of stuffing your face. Think about when you're grown up. You will go to college. You'll become somebody. I'll marry her. You idiot! Stop. It's no big deal. I'm going to my room. Hey, Payman. What? Next week you're having a party? I'll ask my mom. Tell me, at school, did they give you the keys to paradise? Keys to what? Mom, Payman invited me to a party. Can I go? Ding dong. Ooh, Shahab. Hey. Hi. Shahab was another cousin. He hadn't been lucky. The war started just as he began his military service. They sent him to the front right away. I'm on leave. Come in, come in. I'll make some tea. I was just talking to my maid. She said they're recruiting children for the front. Really? It's awful. Every day I see buses full of kids arriving. Shit, you see that? They come from the poor areas. You can tell. First they convince them that the afterlife is even better than Disneyland. Then they put them in a trance with all their songs. It's nuts. They hypnotize them and just toss them into battle. Absolute carnage. The key to paradise was for poor people. Thousands of young kids, promised a better life, exploded on the minefields with their keys around their necks. Mrs. Nasrine's son managed to avoid that fate, but lots of other kids from his neighborhood didn't. Meanwhile, I got to go to my first party. Not only did my mom let me go, she also knitted me a sweater full of holes and made me a necklace with chains and nails. Punk rock was in. I was looking sharp. Chapter 14. The Wine. After the border towns, Tehran became the bombers' main target. Together with the other people in our building, we turned the basement into a shelter. Every time the siren rang out, everyone would run downstairs. Put your cigarette out. They say that the glow of a cigarette is the easiest thing to see from the sky. But we're in the basement here. And once it was over, well, no one's answering. I'm fine. Oh, those poor people. Lucky nothing happened to you. He wants to talk to you. After the bombs and the instinctive fear of death, you'd think of the victims and another kind of anxiety seized you. It wasn't just the basements. The interior of homes also changed, but it wasn't only because of the Iraqi planes. Mom, what are you doing? The masking tape is to protect against flying glass during a bombing, and the black curtains are to protect us from our neighbors. What neighbors? Across the street. They're totally devoted to the new regime. A glimpse of what goes on in our house would be enough for them to denounce us. You know Tanush's dad? Tanush? Yeah, what about him? The other night, two Guardians of the Revolution patrols paid them a visit. Someone told us you were planning a party. You know that's strictly forbidden. Um, they found records and video cassettes at their place, a deck of cards, a chess set. In other words, everything that's banned. Get your ass in the car. Move. Excuse me, sir. Shut up, slut. It earned him 75 lashes. His wife cried so much that they finally let her off with a hefty fine, but he can't walk anymore. Now you see why I'm putting up the curtains? With the parties we have on Thursdays and the card games on Mondays, we have to be careful. In spite of all the dangers, the parties went on. Without them, it wouldn't be psychologically bearable. Some said without parties, we might as well just bury ourselves now. Added the others. My uncle invited us to his house to celebrate the birth of my cousin. Everyone was there. Even Grandma was dancing. Damn! Power outage. Be careful where you step. Aw, no more music? Don't worry about it. I'll go get the zarb. A zarb is a kind of drum. My father played it very well. Like a pro. We had everything. Well, everything that was forbidden. Even alcohol. Gallons of it. My uncle was the vintner. He had built a genuine wine-making lab in his basement. Mrs. Nasrine, who was also his cleaning lady, crushed the grapes. God forgive me. God forgive me. Suddenly, sirens started to wail. And my aunt did too. Ah, it's all right. Stay calm. I found myself with the newborn baby we had been celebrating in my arms. Her mother had already abandoned her. Since that day, I've had doubts about the so-called maternal instinct. After the alert, we went home. She's completely nuts. Did you see how she dropped the baby? That was pretty incredible. My poor brother isn't exactly spoiled. Halt! Halt! Open the door and get out. ID, registration, and driver's license. Okay, okay. Go, ah. Been drinking, have we? No, absolutely not. You think I'm stupid? I can tell by your tie. Piece of westernized trash. I won't take that from you. For 20 years I've worked for this country, and you dare to talk to me like that? Forgive him. Shut up. Forgive him. Listen, I could be your mother. How old are you? 16? My daughter is 12. Forgive him. You're lucky to have this woman for your wife. Otherwise, you'd already be in hell. Thanks. Thanks so much. You say you haven't been drinking? We're going to see what you have at home. Grandma, Margie, when we're home, get out first. I'll try to stall him. Flush all the alcohol down the toilet. But how? Don't worry, dear. I'm used to it. When your father was alive, I was always hiding his tracks. They followed us all the way home. Must you really come upstairs? Our elderly neighbor has a heart condition. If he's frightened by the noise, it could kill him. Hurry up. Where do you think you two are going? I have diabetes, my boy. If I don't drink a little syrup, I'm going to faint. Diabetes, just like my mother. So you understand, it's urgent. Go ahead. It was a miracle. Hurry up. I don't know how much longer your father can stall them. Hurry, hurry. And the final touch. Click. Here they come. Where's the guy? Where indeed? Their faith has nothing to do with ideology. A few bills were all he needed to forget the whole thing. Hey, you didn't throw it all out. Yep. No more? Nope. My God, I need a pick-me-up.